Yeah, I couldn't be bothered waiting the whole 3 minutes. So, hey, welcome to the the the, the second, but really the first episode of Intense Talk. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be a new thing. The name might change. I don't know. I'm 100% sold on the name Intense Talk. Let's be honest, it's a bit weird. But this is going to be a new thing. I'm going to do this. There's not going to be any games being played. It's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of discussions. So, how you doing, William, Mega Man Fury, Blaze It, welcome all. It's going to be a whole thing. Now, the last part is something I don't know if people are going to enjoy, but I'm going to enjoy it. So, I'm going to have the show is going to be broken up into 4 brackets, and it's going to be news, first bracket. Second bracket is going to be a topic of the day. So today is going to be best of the best in terms of shooters. Talking about different kind of shooters. Bracket 3 is just going to be what games I'm looking out for, what games I really want to buy. And fourth bracket is literally going to be talking about sports. So fun for some of you, terrible for others. But that's how I'm going to do it. So that's the idea. But we will see what happens and how it's going to work. Obviously, this episode is going to be more done on the fly, not really pinned down to a certain thing just yet. But we will sort out the kinks, so to speak, as we go through. So, at the moment, it's going to be done like that. It's going to be 4 things. So, it's going to be news, topic, what games, or the third topic, third bracket could change every week. Not sure yet. And fourth bracket will be a sports bracket because I want to do something for sports. I like sports. Sports are cool. And I'm repping my new Damian Lillard jersey that I got last weekend. Hit the game winner today. Fucking brilliant. Anyway, so I've forgotten to open a few things for the stream. This shows how unprepared I really am, and it's going to be the way it's going to be for a long time. Very unprepared, very bad at doing things. Because yeah, and of course no Isaac. Fuck Isaac. It's not going to happen ever again. But I tell you what will happen soon, and that's leading on straight into the first topic, guys, into news. Just this week, there was a PlayStation 4 show, a PlayStation show, I should say. That went on, and there was a number of games announced. So in those things, in a Shadow of Colossus remake, you got The Last of Us 2. But the big one for me was there was a little trailer. Hopefully you guys did see it, and hopefully you guys did know about it. But Spelunky 2 has been announced. That, to me, is one of the most exciting things possible. I've played let's have a look. I've played, I think, 300 hours in Spelunky so far. Let's have a look. Spelunky. Played 300 hours on the dot for Spelunky. So I'm really excited to see Spelunky 2 now. It isn't going to be, to this point, it's not going to be a exclusive to PlayStation. It is going to be something for PlayStation and PC at launch. I imagine it might not be an Xbox thing at launch. It might go that way. But it is coming out now. There are no gameplay, no nothing on it just yet. The trailer literally spoke about a story. It basically showed characters growing old and having kids and all that kind of stuff, and kind of showed a progression in the characters that we had in the last game. So I imagine the characters have changed over, or they're going to be. I don't know if they're going to be some of the same ones. I guess that doesn't really matter. The characters weren't really. I think it was really all about the gameplay, and there's a lot of questions about how they're going to do it. Hey, Blaze It, thank you for the cheer. Thank you, buddy. You just wanted to beat Atomic, didn't you? You definitely did. Anyway, but thank you for that. But anyway, going back to the topic, the biggest thing is about gameplay, how they're going to structure it is what I wonder. And I don't know what you guys think. I mean, obviously, talk and say what you guys think, what the new game's going to be like. I think it's going to be relatively the same. I think that there'll be new biomes through the whole thing. But it would be interesting if they don't use any of the previous biomes. I would like to still go back to some of that stuff, the older stuff, and see how that goes. So I don't know how they're going to work it, but we'll see. I hope that it's done in a way where it's pretty easy in terms of just picking it up, like the last one was. I mean, it was a very hard game, but you could really just pick it up and play. And I wonder what they're going to introduce. I mean, there was a lot of things introduced into the game last time from mods, whether it be online play and all that kind of stuff. So I wonder if that kind of stuff has been put into Spelunky 2 or is being developed in Spelunky 2. It's been a long time since it's been released. Let's see, actually, when did Spelunky get released? I'm actually wondering when this got released. When was this? 2012. It got released in 2012. So it has been 5 years since the first one. So that's a long time. And to be honest, it's been good. It hasn't. It's a game that wasn't. Yes, they're remaking it. I'm making a new one. Sorry. Yeah, it's not something. I don't think it's been a. It's not been a game that's been overplayed or anything like that. So I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a game that I think a lot of people will jump on. Hopefully, it stays around that $15, $20 mark, and I know I can't wait for it. So that's my first big news of the day. I think that's going to be an amazing thing. Guys, what do you think? Obviously, talk about it if you want to talk about it. I think it's going to be great. I think they got a good chance to really make something good out of it, and it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens and how they change things, or if they change things. So that's going to be the big one for me, is if they change anything. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's going to be, kind of like how the last one was, and just something you can really replay, for 10 hours, 20 hours. It'd be incredible. So moving on to another piece of news that I am happy about, and we spoke about this last week. And Battlefield, EA, actually changing some of the things they've done for Battlefront. So, not Battlefield, for Battlefront from Star Wars. So, Star Wars Battlefront, the beta came out. People loved the beta in terms of how it played and everything. But there was a lot of talk about it being, pay to win, and a lot of talk about it being, probably really unfair. So now that seems to have changed. So EA have come out and said that there will be a number of changes in terms of the way it works. You will not be able to purchase some of the upgrades anymore. You will have to earn them through natural play, which is sorry, which is obviously amazing. I'm gonna die on stream. Wow, I can't even talk. Obviously amazing. It was like right there. You know when you get something right there and you just like every single bit of like breath that came out was just like, no, you're not coming out, breath. Anyway, hopefully it does stick to their word and they do keep it as much as limited to pay to win as possible. And so if I pick up the game day 1, or I pick up the game day 10 or day 20 or day 60, I can still jump in there and have a semi-even playing field. And I have to jump in there and go, fuck, I'm screwed. I'm going to have to grind the fuck out of this and hopefully win something just to get my classes up or something like that. So that is definitely one of the new changes that they've made, which is really cool. So I'm pretty happy that that's happened. And it goes back to talking about what kind of thing they want to go for. It definitely today was Lillard time. I mean, I saw him looking at his watch, but that discussion is going to be happening in about an hour and a half time. An hour and a bit's time when I do my sports section of this show. Hungry for spaghetti, because as soon as I bought this last week, and I had it like in a pile of clothing, like literally on my bed. I was watching the game and I was like, as soon as it ended, I went, no, this is going on. I'm wearing this for the rest of the day. Anyway, back to games, because it is going to be a gaming show for a bit. I don't want to get too off topic. We can get a little off topic. We can talk about some things. I've been talking about Dame a little bit, amazing. Actually, I'm going to talk about this quickly. So I sent a Snapchat. We were Snapchatting each other through the game, especially the last quarter. And I was like, oh, I hope we get OT, and I'm like, that would be really cool. And then who was it? Coldwell Pope hit the 3, and then I was like, oh, nah, it's definitely it's Dame Lula time. It's Lula time right now. We're gonna get a Dame dagger, and then get him, bang, Dame dagger. I was like, oh god, that was incredible. I'm actually jealous of what I just have. I have 15 NBA jerseys. I'm gonna say 15. I do like Portland though. I do like Portland. They're one of the teams I do like. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so there's a few other things. Let's go to some gaming news here. And what am I doing? I'm gonna go like this. What do you guys think about the whole Battlefront thing? Because I mean, it's definitely something that's got. Oh, I pressed a button. I don't like to press. There we go. It's definitely something that's going to be very interesting going forward. Like, that game could be amazing or terrible. And that's scary. It's always scary when a game can be amazing or terrible. Because, I mean, what if, a game comes out, turns out loot boxes are a bad thing for the game, doesn't work right, it just ends up being a crock of shit. What do you do? Like, does the game just, do you think that... Well, I guess the biggest question coming out of this is, okay, Battlefront has changed its tax. It's gone, hey, sorry, let's do this instead. But will that lead now? No, sometimes where like the first big thing that happens like that, you kind of get away with it. And when you argue and go, oh, blah, 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 we don't want that, and they go, okay, you don't want that. And then the next year they go, here's this, and it's the exact same thing. And that time it actually kind of gets a little bit more through. Like, we still fight about it, but it doesn't always go. And then eventually in 2-3 years' time, you're going to have, the game they wanted this year, 3 years from now, and then you're going to be in the same instance of, like, just being fucked over by loot boxes and pay to win. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, hey, how you doing? It's Albert. Welcome to the stream. I should put some Dame Dollar on, by the way. I would love to. I don't want to get hit by copyright, because I am going to put this on YouTube. But then I would love to listen to some of his music right now, because he has some good-ass music. I mean, I do agree with you, Blaze. I mean, it's going to get there eventually, and I think it's going to, like, this is one of those things, like I said, where it's going to start off like this, and then it's going to fuck us over later. Thing is, I do feel like, I mean, I would love to see the data. I'd love to see if the Battlefield COD games are dying off at all. Because I reckon they would be dying off a little bit. I mean, they couldn't possibly still be at the top in terms of how good they are. I can't see that being a thing. That's just my thinking towards it. So we'll see what happens, I guess, in your 2 years time, next year, I guess, next Battlefront, or even the next Battlefield. I think it'll really test what they're going to do, because I mean, the whole unlock system is great. There's no reason to change the unlock system. When you're unlocking stuff, people feel great. You eventually get to that level of having good things. I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, I was actually just playing TF2 today. I haven't played that game in years, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And there's so many items in that game, but it didn't matter, So that's just something I think that we're going to be wary about going forward, and hopefully it doesn't affect the gaming industry too much. But money's money. If you're going to make it, you're going to make it, and you're going to want to make it. So generally, things like this will go like that. Then a game will come out that doesn't have anything, and everyone's going to go, "Oh, I want to play this game," and that's going to be the game that wins. Hat Fortress 2 it's incredible. I just realized this thing doesn't do the doesn't do the thing. Didn't do the vintage TV remote. Why? That sucks. Anyway, I enjoyed myself a lot playing Team Fortress. Hadn't played it in forever. And it was funny because I've played something like 200 hours of Team Fortress 2. And I hadn't played in years. So it was really interesting getting back there and playing it. It's so different to when I last picked it up. It's still the same thing, but so different to when I last picked it up. And I was looking at how much, all my hats are worth and all my weapons are worth. I had one weapon that was worth like $1.50. That's it. And then again, I have something on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds worth $30, but that's because it's the heat of the moment. You did well over 1K. I wouldn't mind actually playing it a lot again, actually getting back into it and playing it a bit. Well, there you go. I just checked my highest valued item it's $32 now. For the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds school jacket. It's $31.99. And it is only going up and up and up in price. I'm literally gonna wait till that goes to like $60 and then sell it and then get myself a free game or two. That's the idea. But yeah, this is where the whole loot boxing is great. Who cares? Someone's gonna play it because they want to play it, pay that money, but it doesn't affect the game at all. But yeah, no. Team Fortress, top game. Also, while the games I've been playing, I just played a lot of NBA, to be honest. Just getting through my career and stuff like that. It's always great. I can't ever complain with that game. It's shit in some ways, but it is always great. But anyway, what are we at? We're at 20 minutes. So we've got 10 more minutes, guys. Let's just talk about what's some things happening in the world today of games, and we'll talk about them. In the next part, so what happens at 30 minutes, so in 10 minutes time, when we switch over to the next part, we'll be talking about shooters. So, just talking about what shooters you love. I'm talking about historic stuff too. So guys, I want you to create lists in your head. What's your top 10? What's your top 5? What's your favorite one ever? But what's the best one you've ever played? Maybe they're two different things. And we're going to go into an in-depth conversation about shooters. That's going to be the idea in the next part. Also, I'm going to stop doing that. Hopefully that'll help me a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm downloading the songs on off Spotify, so I don't use as much internet. But it's using double the internet now, so it's probably not going to do very well. Let's have a look see if I find anything else in terms of some news to talk about for the first 10 minutes. I did greatly underestimate how much time I was going to give to each of these things, each of these topics that I had. Actually, we do have another thing, and that is to talk about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We did get a new trailer today for Pokemon Sun and Moon, the new ones, the US and UM, where you will be versing the Team Rainbow Rocket. So it's Team Rocket, but they got rainbows on their thing. So you'll be versing all the old guys again. You can actually verse every single villain from all of the things. It's really starting to feel, and I know they already said this is going to be the last Pokemon game on the system. It really feels it now. I feel like this is going to be that game you can play and go, okay, I can verse every of the historical leaders. I can verse Giovanni, I can verse all these guys. And then you can get all the legendaries now. So you go into the wormhole, the ultra wormhole, and you can catch all the legendaries. Obviously, they'll be split over the two games, but you can catch all of them now too. So there are, I think, only a couple of legendaries that you can't catch, but a lot of them you can. So that's all happening as well. So it really does feel like they're gonna give it their all for this one, and then the next one's gonna be, that massive switch title, which I think is going to not include many new Pokemon. I actually think the next title is just going to be like one big overarching story where you can go to like every single town across all of the isles, or either that, or it's going to be Kanto again, the first one, and it's going to be just incredibly detailed. They're my two thoughts of what they're going to be. It could be neither. Could be totally new place, new Pokemon, and same thing, same adventure, same way. But I reckon they will do a big thing where they do all of them. But that's my idea. But anyway, so that is the new trailer. So that's a 2-minute trailer. If you guys should definitely go and look at if you are interested into Pokemon. I'm intrigued to see how the game will be, because I mean I want to buy it, but I don't want to buy it. And we'll talk about this later on. I'm going to talk about what games I want to buy in the third bracket of the show. But it's gonna be a MOBA. I hope it's not a MOBA. I just want the next game to be a massive RPG, like an incredibly huge, expensive, just crazy, unimaginable RPG. What Pokemon wants to be, and you can see that it can be, but with, you know, the right stuff. So I hope that's what it ends up being. I hope that's what it pushes to be. This game, though, I mean, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I do kind of feel like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is what Sun and Moon should have been. Sun and Moon are incredible games. I love them. I have finished them. I have the Pokédex. It's right here. Here's my 3DS. And with Pokemon Moon in it. I have completely finished the Pokédex. I have like 20 shiny Pokemon or something. I've played a lot of it. I love it. But I was also very disappointed when all of the Pokemon weren't in the game. For what it is the latest game, you feel like they should have put more than 310. It was like half. Less than half of the Pokemon in the actual Pokemon world were actually in this game. So that was really bad. So they got a lot more in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I feel like that's kind of cheapening the product. So that's the only reason why I feel like it's going to be great to go get Sun and Moon, the new one, but then I also feel like it's also like well, you know, that's kind of shitty. They should have been in the first one. And you know, I don't know if that's down to limitations in terms of time and stuff like that, but that's something I think that should have been looked at. I know when I first found out that, oh shit, there's not a lot of Pokemon in Sun and Moon, I was really disappointed. And to know that then they're going to make another one where they can do it, it is quite annoying, because it's like, well, why didn't they just do it the first time and allow us to play as every Pokemon? I mean, they've got the video files in there for every Pokemon. Obviously, they need to, because you can transfer Pokemon over. So why not make it available where you can, even just like I said, after the game finished, after you've done all of the tasks, all the Pokemon now available. You can go to just one random island or something, and you can just, you know, catch everything. That would just be so good. That was my big thing. I really wanted Pokemon to do. They didn't do. So I'm on a tight line like this. I'm on a tightrope, I guess. You know, I might go either way. So if I had to fall off, might go either way. I don't know if I'm going to go lean towards buying it or lean towards not buying it. That's really the biggest thing with me. So that's my big gripe with it. But at the same time, if I had never played Pokemon Sun and Moon, I'd play the ones before, if I played X and Y, and I was looking to decide between Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, I'd say hell yeah, get Ultra Sun and Moon. It looks really good. It looks, like I said, it looks what Sun and Moon should have been. That's basically what I think. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Pokemon Sun and Moon. Last thing, actually, I do want to talk about is Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I just want to say I'm disappointed that the game isn't entirely in the Japanese dub. I don't think there's an English dub of it. So that really sucks. Really sucks. Because I mean, I know it's gonna be a new story, a new thing, and I'm one thing away from completing Xenoverse 2, and it's like, I really wish I could have another new story, because Xenoverse's story is so awesome, and it's so cool to add to the mythos, and it's like watching a Dragon Ball Z movie, one of those, you know, non-canon movies. It's a non-canon game. I love that idea. So I would like to have it in English, I guess, so I can see what's actually happening. But guys, that is the first bracket. So what I will be doing, and that is how this is going to work. I am going to run some ads. So I am going to do, like I said, I want to do this exactly like a TV show or anything. No, I am one boss fight. I'm on the very last boss fight. I hadn't played it since I streamed it last. That's how long I hadn't played it in. So what I'm going to run is I'm going to run 2 minutes of ads. Minute and a half ads. I'll run a minute and a half ads, and we'll come back and we'll talk second bracket, which will be best of the best. So hopefully you have a list of shooters and stuff we want to talk about. I've got 5 or 6 to talk about, so we'll go through them. So that's how that's going to be. So we'll go into a break, and I will come back in 2 minutes. And might talk more Xenoverse 2 as well, if I'm probably going to have the time. So let's go into that. But anyway, guys, I will see you in a little bit. See how this works. I don't even know how this works. So if I go like this, I'm using something for the first time. Okay, we're trying things. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.